Hi, my name's Tiernan Heffron and I'm from Belfast, Northern Ireland, and you're watching SoulRiffic Magazine.
She picks me up in her company car. She tells me one day I'm gonna be a star. Emily, why can't you see you should be with me? You should be with me.
So I am from a little town outside Belfast called Randallstown. To describe my city, I'd say Belfast is a great city for busking. There's always great atmosphere, live music, gigs. Apparently when people say they come to Belfast, it's one of the best crowds they've ever played to, so Belfast it is.
Emily, why can't you see you should be with me? You should be with me. Tell me what to do, I just gotta know. You had me at hello, and it really must show. I'm in love with you, so won't you let me in? And I'll never ever sing these lyrics again.
So I've really been singing all my life. I started singing when I was 3 or 4 years old, just around the house singing Westlife songs that my mum had CDs of them. And then when I was about 6 or 7, I remember watching a CBBC programme called The Slammer and seeing McFly for the very first time, and I turned around to my dad. I remember the moment and I says, I want to get a guitar like that from Santa, and I suppose the rest is history really. I would say it'd be quite hard not to say Ed Sheeran for all he's achieved and really changed the face of live music really with a guitar and lyrics and a good voice. But I have to say I'm a big fan of Bruce Springsteen, so I'm going to have to go for Bruce Springsteen for that, the boss. I think it'd be hard not to kind of say Ed Sheeran, because Ed Sheeran has changed the face of music really over 10 years, I suppose, properly. My current thoughts on the music industry at the minute is obviously it's terrible for live music with the coronavirus happening and lockdown pretty much all over the world. However, it is probably one of the best times ever to write music, record music, find your sound, just create really, so I'm pretty happy with it. A few people have said to me I've got a very unique tone of voice, which I think separates me from some other artists. I've been really focusing on the art of songwriting and creating better lyrics, and yeah, just trying to be unique and keeping it kind of folky, acoustic pop kind of vibe, you know, so I think that's what separates me from other artists. I'm very much heavily influenced through Bruce Springsteen and Bryan Adams. To be honest, I like Justin Bieber as well. I have no shame in saying that. I love a bit of Ed Sheeran. I love James Arthur, James Bay. There's an artist at the minute, well, he's sadly passed away now, but he was really big back in 1970. His name was John Martin. I have huge interest in his music and his songwriting, so I'd definitely say John Martin. The aspects that I enjoy the most is I love being able to create something from nothing, absolutely nothing. I love getting production back on my songs and working with really good producers at the minute. And yeah, like I just really love creating music. I think the thing that discourages me most is maybe just as an up-and-coming artist, it's very hard to try to get some radio play traction, I find. So I'd say it's a wee bit discouraging when you don't get too much local radio play, but hopefully, you know, it'll pick up. Dangerous Lovers is my most recent single. It's about, you know, meeting someone and it's kind of falling apart, but that part of you doesn't want to believe it, that it is, and just wants to kind of keep it going the way you thought it was in your head, but in your heart, you know, it's probably not the right thing. I'd say to describe my fans in one word, I'd probably use the word loyal, because every time I have a release, it's always a great day because everyone's putting in their stories and I'm reposting them, so I'd maybe have like 100, 150, 200 people putting my song up in their story, which is so nice. So yeah, I'd probably say loyal and legend. So you can find all my music on Spotify. It's probably the main platform, Apple Music, Amazon, all the rest. I've released music now for about 5 years. I've released EPs. I released an album last year of all my own work. It was my very first independent album I done on my own label. And then what I'm releasing now is I'm releasing singles, and I'm currently working on my new album, my next album that's going to be done with my new label called Known Strangers, a Los Angeles, same thing, team-based team. So yeah, the biggest piece of advice I'd say is just keep going no matter what. And as I said earlier on in the interview, it's a great time to make music, although you'll be a bit disheartened that there's not many live gigs. For other artists like myself, this is a great time to write music and record music for when all does get back together, because everything always comes back round. So thanks for having me, and hope you enjoy my music.